But when I say it is so good, once the seasoning gets in, even for the next day, the leftovers are good. Okay? Just try it next time you go. There's one around the corner. But yeah, so the experience is
Yeah.
top notch. I've been all around the world
So
because of fashion. I went to every fashion week around this. And it was always 5-star. Or we would be with the senator of I mean, I've
you
met
can't put a price on that.
now, people have never had that experience, so for me to then try to be memorable, with people, and I'm very humble. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna move to California and I live very humbly. People are like, they underestimate and when they talk about certain people. This, and I've met these people, I just don't see it. So,
Yeah, you're not trying to.
because they wouldn't even understand.
Yeah. All right. So today's tech. But I want to show you guys how to find leads online and get contact phone numbers. So you can prospect. Leads. Find leads, so like there are different places that you can subscribe. Fees, large fees to get data, right? So like one of the places is Redx. So REDX.
REDX.
REDX.com. So I subscribe to Redx. Let's just see what their products are. So I subscribe to GeoLeads. So that cost me, I think I pay $125 a month, $124.99 a month, I think. And that allows me,
What,
I
24?
think I pay $120 a month.
Uh-huh.
It's monthly. Like I'm not committing anything yearly. I can cancel at any time. There's companies that call you, they want you to sign up for a year, they want you to pay, some kind of initiation fee or setup fee. Forget all that. I'm only interested in things that I can try. And either I use them and they work, or I don't use them and they don't work. I'm not getting committed to a year on any. So now, if it works, then I don't mind subscribing for a year at a discount rate because it works. Like that's fine. But I'm not going to commit anything more than monthly. All right. So I subscribe to this thing called GeoLeads, which allows me to get phone numbers and owners in an area. So that's geographic. So I can enter an address. I can go with a radius from an address, or I can draw my own borders, and I can instantly get contact names, phone numbers, email addresses. So that's the one that I'm using now.
Question about that?
Yeah,
GeoLeads.
GeoLeads, yeah.
On the do not contact list,
Yeah.
they filter.
So when it gives you the spreadsheet of the people, next to their phone number, it'll say DNC if that phone number is registered on the do not calls. It scrubs them. But they will all appear and it will show you which ones are and which ones aren't. Whenever you use one of these companies, these data providers, they often will come with a call software that a dialer, an auto dialer, and you can plug in a headset into your computer to make phone calls through the dialer, or you can also call a phone number that they'll give you on your screen with your cell phone, and if you basically, I don't know how it connects the call, but it comes through your cell phone. Then you can also increase, instead of calling one phone number at a time, you can pay for multi-dialers. They'll dial 2 or 3 people at the same time. The first person that picks up the phone, it connects to your call. So this is a very efficient way of calling a lot of people. Like if you have 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day for prospecting, you're only gonna be able to call as many numbers as you have. That includes researching time to get the phone number. When you have a dialer, when you get a list and you have a dialer, it saves you so much time because you don't have to worry about researching, and the phone number it just rings and appears on your screen every time. So it's not, I say your time is money, because if you subscribe to something like this, the dialer, excuse me, you can actually call 100 people in 1 hour, because it's only going to connect you to people that answer. You call 100 people in an hour, and you can't. How long would that normally take you to call 100 people? 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? So you're really taking advantage of the time that you have.
You're not buying the info, you're buying the speed, right?
It's speed.
But geoleads.com.
This is Redx. This is just Redx.
Redx.
REDX.com. There's a lot of different companies that provide the same type of service. This is just one company that I'm using right now, happen to be. But I just want you to be aware of, like, you know, it's not just the $129 that I pay, $125 I pay a month. That $125, you know, if I'm actually prospecting every day using their dialer, you know, I can in 1 month I can do 2 years of research and time, right? So that's how you really can increase your so that's GeoLeads. Now you can also get expireds for sale by owners, for rent by owner. That's a great one. For rent by owner, just call them and say, hey, would you like to advertise your property on the MLS? Hey, would you like to advertise your property on the MLS? Hey, would you like to advertise your property? That's really just, you know, I'll get my photographer over there, make a deal with a photographer who's on call to shoot 10 properties a day, and just start listing these rentals over and over and over and over. You can live, you know, you can do that. I mean, that's what I would do, take over.
Yeah.
Pre-foreclosure leads. So you can buy people that have notice of default. They're late on their payments. These are a little more difficult. These are great people to go after because they need to sell. The problem is that people that are late on their payments are not picking up the phone. They're avoiding everybody. So really hard to get in touch with them. One thing that you can do with these people is if you have an investor that'll willing to work with you, you can just write offers on properties that are in pre-foreclosure and send them to them.
You said like UPS them.
So FedEx, put them in a FedEx envelope and drop them off in the FedEx envelope. So they're for sure going to open the FedEx envelope.
Hey, you are so smart.
Not my idea, just regurgitating someone else's ideas.
But it's just,
So they would print a FedEx. Right, they would print the whole label, put it in, and then drop it off themselves. Yes. So that's a great way to go after those people. So that would be either, you can do that for expireds, for pre-foreclosure. Social media tools, I've never used them with Redx. I don't know. So here's the stuff that they want to sell you on, which will save you time. It's the power dialer and the vortex thing. So that's the part that is their dialer. Now, one thing that you cannot do is it's against the law in California. You can't have a pre-recorded message for people that goes to a voicemail.
Somebody does that with me all the time, a realtor.
Do that.
From a different state though, I think.
you think that's
You get
illegal?
big trouble. It's illegal in California.
And they hammer my phone too.
Yeah, they get big trouble for that. So when you see people that are getting sued for that, those are the people that are getting sued. Honest, yeah. You can't do it. All right. That's Redx. There's another company. I mean, there's lots of companies. There's a company called let's see, Land Voice. Now, I believe Land Voice doesn't do monthly. Yeah, they pay annually. They want to get, oh, here monthly. They do have monthly. Okay, good. So if you're gonna do anything, do the monthly, see if it works. But you just gotta make sure that they don't get you on the setup fee. That's where they get you. Try to get a deal, maybe the setup fee. Land voice, so what do they offer? Expireds for sale by owners, neighborhood search, pre-foreclosure, call capture, distressed, all new, and old expireds.
It's distressed.
What is distressed? Homeowners headed to foreclosure, divorce, or financial trouble who often need to sell their home quickly. By reaching out to them, okay, so look. So, okay. The easiest business you guys are gonna get are people you already know. Start with that, right? So. As an agent, the first priority is getting everyone into your database. And then this is number one, put the people that you already know that are already in your phone book into your database. Get your database working so that you can stay in contact with them, right? So that's priority one. You have, and then another priority one at the same time is who else are you gonna go after daily besides the people that you've already know? The people that you already know, that's where your business is gonna come from. I've gone back and I've said, where's all my business come from? I know I had a coach that said, take a day, go through all your deals. I want you to research every single thing. Think about where the deal came from. I did that exercise and it was all referral. Someone calling me and saying, hey, I heard about someone getting ready to sell, might want to contact them. Right? So that's where all my that's with all the everything, all the advertising and money I've spent. It's always come from someone in it. Through someone. All right, let's talk about trademark title, because you guys are registered on trademark title, right?
Yep.
Trademark title toolbox. Okay, this is the least expensive thing that you can do. In not large quantity, right? If you want to go after not a lot of leads, you can do it for 12 cents each. So, right, so let's just see, I'm gonna open a lot, let's see what we've got. So you guys are all gonna have your own logins to trademark title toolbox. If not, there's a register on the front page. And then you would select Jerry Ferris as your account rep. That's our office's rep, Jerry Ferris. Let's see, trademark title.
Oh, wow.
All right. So once I am down with trademark title, I am gonna look for. What I'm looking for. Well, first of all, I'm gonna create a farm. So what kind of farm do I want? So. Farming. So I can do radius search, boundary search, area search. So if I do an area search. I have all these different things that I can sort by. But there is something called a premier. There is a premier. Oh, what? It's so hard. Maybe you have to do your first, so. Let's try that. Right, let's create a form, so. Area search. And, no, because, no, we have to find this premier. There, because I know that you can buy lists without investing on all that. The Labor Day sale, by the way. So I put $20 on my account this morning. I put $5 on my account about 2 years ago, and it just ran out, like. Just from the 12 cents, 12 cents, 12 cents, it lasted me 2 years.
Oh,
There was a sale today. That if you spend $20, you get an extra 5. So I did that.
so that will last for 7 years.
It's a long time. Well, hopefully not. I mean, this means I'm not prospecting a lot, right? That's what that means. So. Now. Now, I'm trying to find. The premier. So let's. Once we find it, you guys are gonna be like, wow, that's awesome. So let's. This far.
And Premier Data,
You're in Premier Data? Where'd you find it? How'd you find that?
I just said Premier at.
Where'd you see Premier? Tell me. How, yeah, I'm supposed to see Premier. How did you see Premier?
When I typed in, it was a list of things that said Premier and then.
That's what it should say. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Courses,
How come mine doesn't say Premier?
it was an accident, it wasn't because of the break.
No, you found it. That's exactly what, I couldn't find it. And then I came across it. That's
I just
exactly
typed-
what I'm looking for.
Oh, you found it?
No, that's exactly what I'm
I
looking for.
just typed in my,
You typed in Clearmark Title Toolbox.
yeah. I think it meant that Clearmark title. Now I'm in, ABM, I don't know, whatever it is.
Automated value, AVM, is it automated AMV, AVM?
Yeah.
Auto value, that's auto market. So I should have a link here called Premier Data.
Yeah, that's.
How did you get it?
Type in my, hold on a second.
That's the link I'm missing.
I just typed in my KW email and my.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Look what I just did. On this left side, there's a little tab here, 1, 2, 3 search. I did not press this earlier when I found it.
Okay.
But if you press this 1, 2, 3 search, it's gonna come up with this box. Premier data queries.
Okay, that's. fine.
Okay, so let's just. Okay, so. Premier data, so look what you can get here. I'm just gonna go recent queries, common queries. So you can search defaults. Now, default, people that are late on their payments, you can search this. The cool thing is that you can, like, let's just do that. Let's just press search and see what happens.
Okay,
So if I go to defaults,
where's default?
I pressed on common queries,
And
common query, and I just pressed defaults. Those are people that are late on their payments. So anyways, what you can do
oh,
is
yeah, I see.
you can limit to areas. Like I don't care about people in Orange County, because I'm not working in Orange County. But I can put zip codes, like I can narrow my search to my area. So let's see other common queries. So divorces, wow.
Yeah.
The issue with divorces is. Who are you contacting? You're gonna contact one of the spouses. I mean, they're pissed off. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right? And you want. Are you approaching the spouse? Which spouse are you approaching? Are they both gonna be free? But they do need to split the asset. So, you can figure out how to crack that. Out of state owners. There are people that just call out of state owners, hey, do you want to get out of California? You move your money out of California, right? Is there possible selling?
We click that, it'll just give us some names.
Out of state owner, well, then you have to narrow down what area you're going after, right? Because out of state owners, you're gonna get, like, do you want to call people in Beverly Hills that are out of state owners, like, right? But look, we have this we have this Prop 33 coming up. You guys familiar with Prop
Yes, I
33?
am.
yes, I've seen
Okay,
it.
so Prop 33, if it passes, it will give the city the ability to rent control every single property in the city. Houses, condos.
Except
everything.
That
Inglewood.
was statewide.
It's up to England.
That's
It'll give
statewide.
you with the power. It's up to England.
It's not.
The states are giving the city, the state is giving the cities the power to decide if they want to rent control everything. So if you own a house and you rent it, and then you want to re-rent it, even if the person moves out voluntarily, you can still only raise the rent by the allowed rent. So there's no more market rent, except the first time it goes on the market. That's the only time you can get market rent. After that, it's gonna get registered. And that you can never get more than the allowable rent increase.
What does Proposition 34 do?
Oh, there's so much against the
Prop
land.
34 is a yes.
Yeah.
You should vote yes on that one.
Why are they saying vote no then?
No on 33,
Yeah,
because 33 will allow cities to do that. So if you own a house and you rent it, you can't get more than that, right? Because if you, first of all, every single property, when you rent it, has to be rented. And it's gonna ask you how much you're getting. The next time it gets rented, it's gonna have to get registered, how much rent you're asking. You can never reach it up to market again.
so people are saying,
Once the rent is registered that you're getting, you can only increase by the allowable yearly increase.
wow. So that's why people are like, no, but.
Every property, everything. So, you know, it's one of the. It's this guy, I don't know, there's this one guy,
He's out of the.
he had some kind of AIDS foundation or something.
Sure, it destroyed the whole country.
It's in my box.
California.
It's not.
His name might be Weinstein, I'm not sure.
Weinstein, yeah, something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
Oh, so he's from New York.
Yeah, he's out.
He's the brother.
He did something in New York and he's trying to do the same thing here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Prop 34. Prop 34 is something else,
Yeah.
but I don't know. People are saying that if 33 passes, that it will stop builders.
Okay.
The builders are just gonna go elsewhere.
And then the opponents to 34 are saying that they're all billionaires, and one of the guys is.
What is?
39 billion.
I can tell you this.
It's mainly the property owners.
A health advocacy group must spend 94% of their funds on healthcare.
34.
Yeah, I think it's probably good. If you're a health advocacy group, have to spend 94% of your money on healthcare. So the reason that this is on the ballot is against this guy Weinstein. Because he's using money from his groups to go after other stuff. So this is making health advocacy groups spend their money actually on healthcare. That's a good thing. So it helps everyone except him. You know, I know a lot of donors in Beverly Hills that donate a lot of money. And they are always, they're very, you know, they want to know who they're donating their money to, how much of that money is actually going to the cause, and how much is supporting the infrastructure of the that's being donated to, right? When you give money to March of Dimes or whoever you're giving it to, how much money is going to support their infrastructure, and then how much is actually going to the needy? So they do a lot of research to the organizations that they give.
So you're saying 34 is basically to.
34 is, if you vote yes on 34, that means every health advocacy group has to spend 94% of their income on actual healthcare. I think that's a good thing.
I know, but the property owners are behind that. One of them said-
I don't know that. That's all I was told.
Yeah, but
Yes.
one of the property owners is, that's behind it is worth $39 billion. So his name escaped me right now. I'll probably come back to me later.
Get to this, you go to clear my title, I missed at the
Yes,
beginning.
okay, so all I did was I thought, logged into Clearwater Titles below.
Uh-huh.
And then I clicked on this 1, 2, 3 search on the left.
Okay,
And
my
I just
title.
changed this thing. Went to Premier Data Queries,
Okay, with that.
Premier Data, and then I went to Common Queries. I'm just looking at the different things I can do. So I can buy lists of absentee owners. You know, there was a guy that came here, I think it's Dan O'Hara. I don't know. There was a guy from Hawaii. He was amazing. I loved everything that he said, just his whole philosophy about how he goes after business. But when he stood up in front of the class, he said, did you guys know that there are X amount of absentee owners in Beverly Hills and X amount of vacant properties? I'm thinking to myself, how the heck did he get that data? How does he know that? Where did he get that data from? You know, maybe he looked it up here. I don't know. So absentee owners only. Empty nesters. Okay, so empty nester means parents who had children that moved out. So they don't need to support their 5-bedroom house anymore, right? So these are empty nesters, and then I can search area may be too large, yeah, of course. So I'm going to narrow it down using all these other property characteristics. And I can do zip code, right? This is residential family, RS, residential single family residence, residential condo. So empty nesters, 30 or plus years of ownership. I mean, you can really narrow down who you're calling and pay just 12 cents per lead. So
So. I'm seeing that, this is premier data.
yeah, so I clicked again, I clicked on the 1, 2, 3 search. I went to the premier data queries. And all I looked on was common queries, like what are common things that people are looking for?
1, 2, 3, what surge?
1, 2, 3 search, hit the premier data, and then common queries at the top. So, you know, we all have to do this, but again, I want to say, don't forget about the people already in your database, because going after new business is something that you absolutely must do every day. But the other thing that you absolutely must do is also stay in contact with people already in your database. So you need to do both. And your business is going to come from people in your database. So the idea is lead generate every day. You have to call everyone in your database quarterly. That's it for sure. And they should get email from you. They should get, you know, anytime you get a listing, everyone needs to get it just listed. Anytime you sell something, everyone needs to get it just sold. Don't worry about spamming people. If they don't like it, they can opt out. Just, you know, contact everyone. But we need to keep feeding our database because people are going to be leaving our database. We need to keep feeding it. So this is how we do it. And you know, the more people you contact, the bigger your business is. So you just need to figure out who you want to go after. Everything's different. Strategies are going to be successful for different people. You know, it's no one is going to have the same success going after the same people. So you have to find what works for you and what niche you enjoy doing. So, you know, there might be different time of your life where you're going after different niche just as you're relating.
So what did you say ABM means again?
AVM is an automated value
Automated.
value module or automated value.
Final value. ABM.
AVM, it's an automated, I don't pay much attention to that.
Okay.
So it depends where. So the computer, like Zillow.
Yeah.
Zillow is very accurate in cookie cutter areas where you have a whole neighborhood of everything is the same. You have 3 or 4 different models of a house. That's a very accurate Zillow or AVM. But when you're talking about Los Angeles and every house is different next to each other, those AVMs don't mean anything. I think I just heard the owner of Zillow sold his house and it had like 30, it was 30% off or something, 15 or 30% off on the Zillow estimate, yeah.
Oh.
Not his own house.
It probably was upset,
So-
man.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's very accurate in cookie cutter areas where there's track homes. All right, does this help anyone? Like, to
Yeah.
figure out like what you're gonna do, who you're gonna go after every day?
You can.
And you could probably combine these things, right? So empty nester out of state, I don't know. Absentee owners only. So an absentee owner means the billing address of their tax bill is not the address of the property. So that is probably an investor. You could combine absentee owner and out of state. Well, I guess it's gonna out of state is for sure gonna be an absentee. out-of-state owners are, I would probably start targeting out-of-state owners right now because of Prop 33 coming in. Now, there's something called door busting, I think. Door busting,
Like steering or,
it's door busting. You're not allowed to door bust. You're right, the sky is falling, the sky is falling,
Housing.
sell.
Richard.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. Prop 33 is real. It's not like an area, it's all in the whole state. So, you know, I would definitely discuss it if I'm not violating any rules. I don't know, let's just see here. California, I don't wanna tell you to do something and get in trouble. Door busting. Doorbuster.
If that would an exclamation point in all caps.
I just wanna make sure. Door bust. Real estate.
Did you?
It's all worth.
So traumatic.
Log it again and see if it'll work.
ABSH.
I don't want you guys to do anything illegal. But, you know, if I'm gonna have a conversation with someone who's out of state, I might say, have you thought, you know, California is very restrictive. There's new propositions coming. Have you thought about doing a 1031 or taking your money out of the state and putting it somewhere?
I think-
Have you thought about it? It's a innocent call, right?
Many people are moving from Texas
Yeah,
because it's expensive already.
moving out of Texas got crazy, right?
Yeah, but.
Hey, that's where I'm from.
The thing, with-
Oh,
so,
another
you
thing.
know, it's very interesting that Texas prices have done this because Texas has a lot of land.
Yeah, you.
So you
But you only want to live in certain parts.
right. Historically, when the prices would go up in Texas, the builders would just start building.
Yes.
So that kept prices from going crazy because the builders would just start building. But now,
Yeah.
because people want to be in the area, they have to price prices up.
Is it true? Yes.
I guess the area can only get so.
And it's still much, much cheaper than other places, you know?
Texas still has their head on straight. California's lost.
Yeah. Florida's lost.
Too many people from California have been moving to Texas now.
Yeah. You know, when I was in high school, like a lot of my friends were from California. It's crazy. Yeah. It's kind of similar.
Nobody likes California. Oregon was the worst state of California.
California.
Was the first to hate.
Oregon, people used to drive up to Oregon, and Oregon would be like, hey, California.
They have like bad history. Oregon
Oh,
does.
okay, that could possibly.
Yeah, that's pretty.
All right, so,
Like, that's terrible.
so what do you guys think you're gonna do now?
To do the next.
Who do you wanna go out, empty nesters?
Yeah, how to do the next? If I want
What do
to
you do next?
Yeah,
Right,
I
well, let's-
the numbers up.
So let's say, who do you wanna go after? So who would you wanna, who do you wanna call every day? You have to call people every day, you have to prospect every day. Who do you wanna prospect? You're right, you gotta just do it. So this morning I went into my office, so I have a listing. I have a listing of a duplex right now with an agent on Hayward. I have a listing for a duplex. So I went, so I'm gonna show you right now, so. The MLS.com. Alright, so when I do comps with you guys. I've always told you to go first to public records. That's always my step one when we do a comp.
You guys are over there.
So I've always told you guys, when we start a comp, we're gonna go search public record MLS Realty X. Right, and we're gonna enter a property address. This is the first thing you do whenever you do a comp. So let's just, I'm just gonna say 1146. I don't want to use that. Let's just say 1100. 1100 Southport. So whenever you're gonna do a comps, the first thing you do is go to the MLS Realty X, look at the property. The first thing I'm gonna do is look on this blue row and see if it's in foreclosure. No, I don't see a foreclosure tab. But this is gonna give me a lot of information about the property. No, I'm just gonna go through it and look at all the information. Okay, fine. Now, this is something different now that I'm doing, that I was doing. So I have a property now at Hayward. What I did was, instead of going to search public records MLS Realty X, now I went to the MLS Pro. The MLS Pro is gonna give me just different kinds of results. There's a lot of times where you can use this MLS Pro search for public records. Let's say you have a client who's looking for a big lot in a certain area. This is where I would go to search for something like this. Okay, I'm gonna go to search public records MLS Pro. Because here I can say, like, let's say someone in Beverlywood, they want to be 90035 and they want a 10,000 or more lot. How do I find something like that? So I'm gonna go 90035. That's the zip code, and now I'm gonna go to lot size. Let's see, lot size. Lot area, and I'm gonna say 10,000 or more. Count. So there are only,
What the hell, G?
so I went 90035,
Oh,
lot area of 10,000 or more.
it's very little in that area, it's not 10,000.
It's telling me there's over 500 properties in that zip code.
Oh, we done?
But that's not just, this is everywhere, not just residential,
Oh,
I think.
the lots are really small.
Let me go zoning LAR 1. And press count. 78. So I have 78 properties now that are over 10,000 on 10,000 feet. Now, what if they want to buy a house that's over 3,000 feet? So then I can go building area 3,000 or more. Press count. So this is I'm just showing you that this is the type of search. I'm not getting anything on that. Oh, because I went exactly or more. So I'm just showing you that this is an available way to search an area. If someone is telling you very specific on what they're looking for, this is a great way to find it. Now, you're gonna have to do research now to get the contact information for these people. Right? You can actually import this into earmark title and then pay 12 cents each for the contact. Right? You can, if you don't want to do it yourself, you can email Jerry the spreadsheet. You can create a spreadsheet here, email Jerry, and he'll have this company do it.
Is Jerry here? I haven't seen him for a week.
Jerry's around. I talked to him this morning.
Did you?
Yeah, because I
Okay.
couldn't find the premier data. I couldn't find how to get to the premier data.
Oh,
So he said it should be at the top of your screen. You found it, Richard.
By accident.
Accident too.
to find it again, you're gonna find.
Yeah, so okay, so what are you guys thinking? Like, who are you gonna go after? Empty nesters? People are late on their mortgages. I don't love people late on their mortgages. I think that's I think that's someone who really needs to sell and someone that you can help.
Yeah,
Someone who's late on their mortgage, they're gonna get foreclosed on. But usually what happens is, before they get to foreclosure, there's an investor that buys their property. That's
Yeah.
usually what happens. Don't you want to be the agent that brought that property to your investor?
Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know if you guys are contacted in your emails, I don't know, by people looking for off market.
Yeah.
Do you ever get
yeah, I do a lot of.
random text or a random email from people looking for off market deals? There's companies that they're trying to find that. If you were to prospect people, I would contact those companies and just say, hey, are you willing to write offers for properties, not on the market? Just start writing offers on default property. Forget even contacting the owner if you can't get in touch with them by phone. Write an offer, drop it off.
I get lucky.
Just leave it with them, put your card in there. And right, they're gonna be like, they're not talking to anybody. They have bills collectors calling them. All of a sudden, an offer appears in their mail on their doorstep.
It's a godsend.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, they're gonna call you and say, tell me about this offer. Is this real? And you're gonna say, yeah, it's real.
So I assume you would have done a comp on that, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have to do a rough comp and then for my investor, I'm gonna ask my investor. Well, I'm gonna write an offer and send it to him. So here's the thing, you can write an offer and send it to your investor and get an acceptance. Your investor can just back out. Right, if he doesn't, at least you're sending an offer to someone, seeing if they're interested. If they're interested, then then you can start talking about it with your investor. Hey, we gotta buy it on something. Do you want it?
One other thing is affidavit of death, that would be good for probates and trust sales.
I just want to say one thing. If you do this every day, you're gonna hit something. Right? And once you start doing it, you're gonna get better at it, you're gonna keep doing it. Yeah.
So affidavit of death, that's good for probates and
Affidavit,
trust
yeah,
sales.
so when a husband and wife own a property, it's community property or joint tenant,
You gotta file that.
they're gonna file the affidavit of death. And then that's gonna get recorded. You're gonna get notified.
Okay,
And then you might wanna reach out to the spouse
okay,
and say,
Sorry.
sorry for your loss. I do this every day. Right now, you have a 100% step up basis.
Yeah. yeah,
Right?
yes. Totally understand.
Does the spouse have a 100% step up?
Yeah.
Only 50% step up.
It's 50% for each one.
Per the surviving spouse. Does her value start now? Okay, if you have a husband and wife that bought a property 30 years ago and one spouse passes away,
Yeah.
the spouse just got a full step up on on the other half.
Mhm.
They still have to pay
Their half.
their half, right?
And then when they pass away, then,
If they both pass away, the kids will get 100% step up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids will. But I think the spouse will only get half a step up.
yeah.
When you say step up, what do you mean?
Step
So
up
I'm
the
talking about-
basis.
So let's say they bought the property, the husband and wife buy a property for 100,000. 30 years later, the husband passes away because that's the rule in California. The husband always passes first.
You just stressed out.
The husband passes away 30 years later. Now the wife inherits half the entire property now. If she were to sell right now, she would pay capital gains only on her half of the 100 million. So the 900,000 gain,
Yeah.
she's only responsible for 450 of that.
Yeah,
So she would pay, so now she has 450, she can take off 250 because she's, if you're selling your primary residence, you get a 250 exemption. So now she's responsible for 200,000. She can also deduct all the improvements they put into the property over those 30 years. Effectively, probably walking away with them.
Like as a tax credit or something.
Yeah, so she can get all the money. So you can go after that you're
Yeah.
just saying, what are you saying?
I was saying that affidavit.
Affidavit of death, affidavit of death.
Probates and trust. You could-
Yeah, so you can go after those people. I mean, go after them, yeah, but people will have to make life decisions now. Do they want to live in this huge house by themselves and upkeep the house? Or would they like to take all that money and move into a condo where there's no upkeep? They pay a homeowner's fee. Or move into a retirement home. I don't know, so that could be a good niche
Yeah,
to go after.
If they do a drastic change, nothing's gonna happen. And there's no drastic change, they come everything the law, but against the tenant, against the landlord.
Yes,
Even the zoning, they were supposed to change the zoning, you could change your home into multiple zoning, like 2 or 3 unit, divide your lot. What happened to that with provision lot?
yeah, well, small lot subdivision.
Yeah.
It's still happening.
You still have it? Is that the one that lot 4,500?
The wonderful thing is it's still happening. The restrictions have gone much better. They want you to build.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the city does want additional housing. They do.
That's in Los Angeles.
Yeah, they want you to build. They want additional housing. They're thinking they do. I mean, they do need to do something. There's a crisis.
It's going out of hand more and more every other.
One question.
Yeah.
So the husband died.
Yes.
And it's,
husband dies.
100% the money belong to the wife.
So again, the question is how they hold title.
Yeah,
So if they hold title as joint tenants,
Right, it's.
so joint tenancy has to be taken at the same time. So you have to all go on to title at the same time. So if that happens, it's the last remaining survivor has 100% ownership.
if they are not joint tenancy,
If there's not joint tenants, then there are tenants in common,
so they will be like the process, like the.
partnerships.
In court?
Sorry,
Yeah, you're forgetting the community property.
community property.
Survivorship is two community properties.
Inherit,
Inheritance, yeah.
they need an inherit process, if not a joint tenancy.
So. Inherit. So when I think of inherit, I think of kids inheriting
A
from
kid
parents.
is not the.
I don't know, I use the word inherit for the spouse, but I don't think that's the right word. The spouse has gained ownership of the whole thing.
If it's joint tenancy, where the.
Joint tenancy is the last.
Property.
That's right of survivor. Joint tenancy is the same thing as right of survivorship. So whenever you hear joint tenancy, right of survivorship, the last remaining owner is the,
Has everything.
yeah, if you own property in joint tenancy, each owner cannot will their ownership.
So this is normal for marriage couple when they buy property.
So married couples historically used to take ownership as joint tenants with right as joint tenants. It's like it would say so and so and so and so, husband and wife as joint tenant. And then the big thing was community property with right of survivorship. But the best way to hold title is
Live in trust.
a living trust.
Living trust,
That's the best one. That's the best.
or what's different?
So the difference with a trust is you will avoid probate.
Taxes.
You avoid probate. So probate is a percentage of the asset. So when someone passes away, probate is the process of getting the asset out of the deceased's name into a living person's name. Because a dead person can't own a property, so it has to go through probate. Now, the court and the state want to make sure that if someone passes away, that all the kids who are inheritors get what's due to them. So you can have 3, 4 kids. No one's talked to the kid that moved to Alaska 20 years ago, but the court is there to protect that one person. So the court's gonna investigate and see who the kids are and make sure everyone gets notified. Right? There's a lot of siblings, like this, the kid that moved in with the parent and took care of the parent for the past 5 years, they think they're entitled to everything.
Mhm.
Right? It's just how it is. I mean, they're like, I'm the one who took care of mom, I'm the one, so look, I understand what they're saying, but they're not entitled to. That's up to the other siblings if they think so, but
I saw something on Instagram where someone said if your parents have a home, before they pass away, they should actually put it in a trust.
yes,
Now, can you explain
yes,
that?
yes, because
So you don't.
let's say a property is not in a trust and the parents pass away. Now the property is still in the name of the parents. Right? So it has to go through probate. And the probate process is you need a probate attorney. The probate attorney is entitled to a percentage of the entire estate once they've completed the probate process. So things have to get sold in order to pay that attorney. Right? So there's gonna be an asset sale. And it's very costly. So if someone puts their property in a trust, it avoids probate. Because
And-
the trust says these are the inherit, there's a will attached to it. These are the inheritors, and these are the trustees, the successor trustees who have authority.
So basically, you just get that
Yeah.
property and you don't have to deal with the lawyer and the.
Yeah, well, you'll have your estate attorney, but it's already done. All the estate planning was already done with the trust.
Yeah, the successor trust, I mean, the personal representative is gonna be appointed by the court. He or she is gonna be paid the same as the attorney,
Yes.
same fee. And the
There's
successor.
money in that too.
this
Oh,
is-
excuse me one second. Hi, Melissa. Good, how you doing?
I'll explain.
Are we? Okay, how, did sign log up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's so deep, like school shooting.
Yeah.
So it's kind of.
Amazing.
Because.
Amazing. Thank you, okay.
First range.
Oh, gosh. It's crazy. So you know about that. She's fills you in on it.
She doesn't tell me everything that she can.
Yes.
So she's, yeah.
Yeah.
But since I'm working with
We
her.
don't have to redo, we don't have to redo the lease, it's just, there should be a letter that goes to all the tenants.
And I can see subtle,
And where future payments should go to.
these things are.
Let me, I think I have something, I have a letter, like a template. I can send.
Because people. that are-
Yeah. It's just crazy how everyone's.
That's right. It's not one sort of like.
Yeah, you want to?
It's like everybody's in cahoots.
That's last shooting. The person held the rest.
Oh, and then he could do there as well, right?
Charged
Yeah.
with murder.
Yes, call the city and ask what the next.
So they always get people that have problems too.
It's the last one.
You need to check.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Just on shit.
Yes, I'll look into everything. There's essentially the class. I've looked.
All the county-
Right up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Yeah.
It's almost like for them to have.
Okay.
Have this fear. It's this weird exchange of energy.
Sorry about that, guys.
Different pieces.
CJ, I have a question.
Yes.
I noticed when I'm looking at names in neighborhoods, there's a lot of just family trust. And it's nice to say, hi, John, this is Yield, but it says, hi, blah, 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 family trust. So what do we do about that?
So I was calling this morning. On my farm. So I told you I have a duplex listed. And I searched for. I pulled up the street. And then I searched for all owners on the street that have ownership in an LLC.
What are you searching to get that?
So I was looking to find. Investors. Calling them to see if they want to add to their portfolio. So I'm saying, hi, this is JJ Wallack from Keller Williams, Beverly Hills. I have a listing on Hayworth. I see you already own a property on that street. Would you be interested in another one? That was my, I didn't know who I was calling
Yeah.
because on an LLC, you don't know. Right? All I have is a name of an LLC. I don't know who the.
Approaching those
I
different.
don't care. Yeah, I didn't even care what their name is.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, on to call them and say, hi, this is JJ Wallack with Keller Williams, Beverly Hills. I have a listing on Hayworth. I see you already own a property on that street. Be interested in another one.
So that's your angle to get in.
That's so they don't hang up on me right
Yeah.
now. And then the conversation is gonna continue. Do you have
Got it.
anything that you wanna sell? Would you be, are you buying anything right now?
Okay.
So I had someone that I talked to, I have a couple of people, but I talked to one person. He said, take me off your calling list. I said, no problem. Trying to remember where the conversation, he said, take me off your calling list. I said, no problem. Are you not buying anything in California right now, or what's the story? And, I didn't let him hang up, and then I talked to him for like 5 minutes, and then I hung up and he called me back. And he said, oh, by the way, that property that you have on Hayworth, is that such and such address? And I'm like, no, it's further up, it's a few blocks up. He called me back,
Yeah.
and he just said to me, take me off your list.
People switch it up, don't they?
So,
You're already on the call. We might as well just take it all the way.
every single person that you call is possible business, right? You have to look at it like that, because just getting someone to pick up the phone is the hardest part. Once they're on the phone, you have 5 seconds so they don't hang up. So there has to be a reason you're calling. Hi, this is JJ Wallack, Keller Williams, Beverly Hills. Real quick, I have a property on Hayworth. I see you already own one. Would you like to add to your portfolio?
If they say I don't want.
No, but I'm saying, like, for every person you're calling, you need to have a 5-second thing where they're not gonna hang up on you. So depending on what I'm calling, if I'm calling a tenant, I mean, a landlord for rent by owner, saying, hi, this is JJ Wallack, West Beverly Hills. I see you have a property for lease. Would you like to advertise in the MLS? They're gonna be like, the MLS, how much does that cost? It's like, well, let me tell you how it works. Blah, blah, blah. Where do I send for the lease listing? Agreed.
How do you find this that have some property in the Long Beach area,
Long Beach.
some apartment house? I mean,
Now,
they want to
right,
buy in that area.
okay.
How do you find it?
So then I would go to Clearmark Title Toolbox and now specifically for apartment buildings, there is another company to get data from for apartment building owners. That is I think the apartmentguide.com.
Apartment guys?
I think so. It's an expensive subscription, but that's who I would use. I think so, I think. Maybe not. No, this is not.
Oh.
There is a subscription company, I'll have to find it for you. That they publish every year a list of every multifamily owner in LA. You can get LA, you can get Orange County. So all the phone numbers are in this book.
So you
Yeah.
have some try.
You basically pay them, they give you the book on the loan. At the end of the year, you have to give it back to them.
Hundreds of thousands of properties.
It's a lot of property, but it's sorted by address and it's also sorted by owner name. So you can just look up property addresses, or you can look up names and see all the properties that they own. Yeah, I used to subscribe to it.
Find out.
Now, if you don't want to pay that crazy fee, whatever it is, you can go to Clearmark Title. And go to this 123 search. You're gonna look for. So that's a combo query. So what do you want? You just want property owner, multifamily owners?
Yeah, I mean.
So if I just want multifamily owners, okay, so I'm not looking for townhouse, condominium, or single family. I'm looking for income property. So apartment, yeah. So I'm gonna click apartments. And then it gives me multifamily 10-unit plus. Multifamily 10,
It's not 10 minutes, 4 units and up,
5 and up,
5 and up.
5 and up. So the difference between 4 and less or 5 and up
Is it commercial?
commercial loan.
Yeah.
So for single family, duplex, triplex, fourplex, you can go to any bank and get a loan.
Yeah,
For 5 units and more, you need to go to a commercial loan.
commercial, yeah.
Okay, so this is what I would do, John. I would look for multifamily. You want 10 or more, or no, doesn't matter. So now you can forget all of this and you can go here to number of units. And you can go greater than. So greater than how many? And then less than, right? Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So. Right? Anyways, I would go here. It's gonna cost you 12 cents each for each contact information. Phone numbers and email address, 12 cents. It's actually better to do it through this search for 12 cents. Because when you do it through this search, instead, and when I'm saying this search instead of, if you just go property search and enter an address. Last 10 searches, no history, that's great. So 1100 South Corning. So it doesn't matter what address. So if I just search for one property and I go here and go phone and email lookup, it's gonna say 12 cents. It's only gonna give me one phone number and an email address, one for 12 cents. If I do this same thing using this search tool, the Premier Data tool, if I do it here, it's gonna give me all 3 or 4 phone numbers plus an email address. So for the same 12 cents. So it's better to do it through Premier Data.
I don't see 1, 2, 3 in my computer.
You don't see the 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
There's a little tab on the left. After you log into, are you logged into Clearmark Title Toolbox?
I'm logging, but
On the very left, you don't see a 1, 2, 3 search?
no, I don't see.
Over here, John, look on the screen, or right here, 1, 2, 3 search. You don't see that?
No, maybe I'm not logging, I'm not, maybe I registered it.
All right.
He says my name.
Okay, anyways, we're gonna cut it,
Okay.
but
Okay. Right, so
I want you guys to make money. I really want you guys to make a lot of money.
Yes, we do.
You do too.
The money's gonna come from people that you know. It's gonna come from them. You have to stay in touch with them. And then you have to also think about what you're gonna do for daily prospecting. Just what this business is. Once you're in the groove, you're doing it, right? Don't take your foot off the gas. It's the first listing that's the hardest. Once you get your first listing,
I feel that in my spirit too. I feel that in my spirit. Once I get the first.
Once you get the first listing,
I'll just-
right now, everything you do is out, 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 out. Once you have a listing, things start coming in.
Yeah,
And people are calling you, agents are calling you, buyers are calling you. And you can convert all of those people into something. But when you don't have a listing, everything you're doing is out. It's a killer. It's hard. But once you have that listing, then things start coming inward and you can convert all of those leads. So,
So true.
all right.
Thank you, Jim.
I'm here to help you guys, whatever I can do to help. The coaching, the accountability coaching that you guys get Monday and Friday from John and Paul. I mean, from
Josh.
Josh, thank you, from Josh and Paul. That's good accountability. Like I would do that. I would do the Fridays. Their fire session. Fire coaching. And then just do my prospecting. And I'd just block out the time, like no distractions, like. And that's it. And try to set up appointments for the afternoon. My appointments would be listing appointments, buyer appointments, showings. So, and then, if you have an investor that is willing to write lowball offers, great, go after these people that are in default. And just start writing offers.
And like you said, we can just do it until we get a hit and then we can go back to the investor.
Yeah, so basically I'm going to be filling out an offer in CAR. And I'll be sending it to the investor to sign. Once they sign it, I will deliver it to the homeowner and say, I have an offer.
So the investor doesn't necessarily have to see the property here.
Because they have no risk.
Yeah.
There's no risk. They can decide whether they want to move forward or not, once there's an acceptance. Once you get the offer accepted.
Yeah.
Then they can look at and analyze the deal and see if it makes sense for them.
So that's,
Who doesn't want to buy a property under market?
that's like foreclosures, that would be the best ones, is defaults, people that.
Pre-foreclosure.
Pre-foreclosure.
When people are late, yeah, that's the time, because most of those properties do not end up going to foreclosure. Investors buy them.
Yeah, okay. Pre-foreclosure.
Already thinking of it. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Me too.
Yeah, let me suggest something, JJ.
So they,
So I'm putting together this,
All right,
yeah,
nice.
and as far as
This job, my other job.
oh, yes, more job.
one. It's before, so
I know.
I don't.
She doesn't.
yeah, so I
But
could.
her only job.
Just
You've been
email,
making enough.
I would just email Taylor and just say, here's the property address,
This, once I start making money,
owner's names.
since I just started in
This
June.
is the.
And so yet to make the money to flag off on the other. So now I need the other job to pay for this.
Yeah, I know. The expenses, actually, it's.
Brackets for her.
Yeah.
But I'm working out to become a multi-millionaire, so I need to set the foundation.
Wait till you're talking to someone
Yeah.
that asks you.
It's just-
to,
It's like
Basically
working to see.
what.
Did you type in your email, I mean, your password?
I did. It's going fast.
Okay,